All right, let's have a look. Let's do a simulation. Hey, let's run a simulation of what life could look like once Pulsechain goes live. Well, this is what it'll look like for me online, anyway. And if anyone else is happen to be watching what I'm doing online, it might look something like this. Thank you for tuning in. If you just tuned in, this is a simulation of what life will be like for average, Pulsechain, Hexagon, Pulsehexagon in the future. First of all, you log in to your computer. Depending on your political leanings, you may search certain, articles. Depending on what your Twitter feed looks like, it may appear different. Currently in my Twitter feed, I have how to wake up a beagle, and that's pretty funny. Let's have a look. Yeah, food will do it. I used to have a beagle, they're awesome. Now, if, for instance, you scroll up a bit further, NATO has special forces in Ukraine. Oh, great. US military leak reveals again. By the time we hear about this, they're most likely already, there. So just keeping that in mind. Anything that you hear online, unless you're actually doing the news yourself, creating it, it's unlikely that it's breaking news, to be honest. What else we got? This is interesting. Do you think Twitter would succeed as a crypto exchange? I'm not actually sure. Although he did change, the image back to a Twitter image. There has been some interesting stuff with Elon Musk lately. I'll cover that in a bit. What else? Oh, some cool stuff. I'm bowing at a deer. Anyway, so while you're, looking at whatever it is you find interesting, you then might want to jump on over, find out that, there's feds working in big tech in large numbers. What do I mean by that? Well, there's an article here explaining that Google hired 130 former DOJ, DHS, CIA, FBI employees. Again, this is not breaking news, because by the time I'm hearing about it, well, it's already happened. So, the Daily Caller's key term search on LinkedIn found Meta, the company that owns Facebook and Instagram, employed 47 people of those three entities who were previously at the, at those agencies. But yeah, so that's just something. I mean, you might find it interesting, you may not, whatever. But then, meanwhile, so you'll be like reading this, going through. So you can probably see in the background, right? This is the, I guess, crypto-related content. You will see, basically the farms currently in place. Now, the farms that are in place, my only analysis on this is the fact that although the APR seem relatively high, now this one has spiked up a fair bit since last time I checked. These two new farms have come out in appearance. There's Incentive Token and PLSX. There's Incentive Token and Pulse. So whether or not you want to be risking in the mainnet, holding more Pulse, holding more Incentive Token, depending on how you think they're going to go. Again, once things sort of stabilize, maybe you look at these pools. But also, if you're chasing that high APR early on, people that have experienced yield farming will probably recognize a lot of this. So whether or not it's going to be a huge opportunity, or whether or not it's going to be an opportunity for you to wreck yourself, that's entirely up to you and your actions, because you need to be accountable for your own actions. But not seeing these big ass numbers, it's pretty nice. I was thinking I could just show you on like these tester accounts, basically, what sort of yield you're actually earning in terms of US dollar. But I thought, well, if you're really good, you could probably figure out roughly when the stream took place, and you could timestamp. You go back through blockchain and actually look what was yielded at that time. So if I actually pressed the harvest button, for instance, then you'd be able to track that back. Now, one thing I want to point out with these farms, again, so much more people who know a lot about this sort of stuff, much more than I, will understand. I'll like to believe, that currently what is missing in the testnet, other than the I guess single-sided staking, you most notably are not being able to extract value to fiat. So what do I mean by that? So say you actually have these incentive tokens, say it's worth $1,000 or something, and that was actually the price. Then what I'm saying is the prices will be affected by the rate at which value is extracted from the system. So if the system is being dumped on, or I should rephrase, if people are just taking value out of the system because they can, because that's what it's happening, that's what will happen. If this was live, if this was real money, then you could basically go and sell your incentive token or whatever. Maybe you'd swap it for the DAI stable, which you could redeem on the Ethereum chain. Maybe you'd swap it for the Ethereum, which you could redeem on the Ethereum chain. However that will work. Maybe you'll be sending over the incentive token to redeem it on the ETH chain. So what I mean by redeem is basically, if you were to take your incentive token and put it into the bridge, and then bridge it from Pulsechain to Ethereum mainnet, and then say over in Ethereum land, if there was a pool with these PINC tokens paired against, say, USD, DAI, whatever it is over there, you would be swapping value out. So from that point, you would have a reduction, I would imagine, in price on the Pulsechain side. So whatever that value is. So imagine if something's worth, $1 now, maybe it's worth like 10 cents over in the real world because of the rate of extraction. I'm not sure. Maybe the way that the pools are set up plays into it, which affects how the the amounts are set up. So you could say, well, this person is going to extract this amount. Because they're extracting this amount, then it would reduce the amount of market forces on whatever chain is existing. So you would see the movement of economic energy from one chain to another, pool set up, and then it would allow for the transactions or the flow of energy to take place. And currently in this simulation, that is not available. Although you can technically move everything to a particular token of your choice. Maybe it's Hex, I don't know. And you could theoretically stake it. I'm not sure, I haven't actually checked if Hex.com allows you to stake just yet on testnet, but that would be one way to possibly simulate the transaction, the flow of energy, of economic energy out of this particular system. What one could do, but it's not late now, but not sure people, maybe they haven't thought about this. Say for instance you wanted to simulate extracting value from Pulsechain into Ethereum mainnet, which you can't do because it's on testnet. You can bridge your tokens. So what you could do, if you wanted to see what maybe prices might look like, is if any gains you had, say you made $1,000 on testnet or whatever token it might be, say you took all those tokens and then you swapped it for Hex within the Pulsechain side, maybe on the Pulsex exchange if the liquidity pool exists. You could then take the Hex, you could stake it for however many days, even if it's 1 day, 2 days, whatever, and you could lock it up. It might simulate the effect of taking monetary value out of a system. Because if you take, say it's incentive token, and you wanted to move it over to Ethereum land once the mainnet exists, then the prices that you would see currently on testnet wouldn't reflect that extraction of capital, or the movement of capital, the movement of energy. So what you could do, as I said before, to simulate that, you could transfer all the gains or newly minted incentive tokens, for example, swap it into Hex. Now this would have effect on the liquidity pools, possibly a buy effect, sell effect, however the liquidity pools work on that pair that you're looking at. So that would play its role within the whole complex system. But when you lock up Hex and you stake it, it removes it, extracts it from the system. Now, my brief analysis, that could possibly simulate what prices would do, but then you'd have to take into account the liquidity movement on those two pairs. So if you're madly, have a lot of economic energy from, say, incentive token, and you're swapping it, like buying Hex, then maybe you're pushing up the price. As you're pushing up the price, you could see what it would do to the system. It's a testnet. In real time, you could basically go, okay, well, I want to spin up $1 billion worth of DAI, which might be hard to do. Depends how much time you have of test DAI, sorry. And then you could drop it into testnet environment. You could then try, and basically you'd almost be like draining the liquidity pools, because you'd just be buying that much of the Hex and exchanging it for that much of the incentive token, because you're changing it, you're setting up a pool, getting so much incentive token, and then you have all this incentive token, then you'd be dropping it over into the basically what I'm saying is you can simulate the extraction of value by staking Hex in this testnet, from my understanding. But what you can't simulate for is the flow on effect, because it may play out differently, because in the real world, if you're actually extracting all of your incentive token and bridging it out of the system, it depends on what pool you're playing with. It depends on what pools are in place. Depends on if there's fiat on and off ramps within Pulsechain itself. There's a few factors that can come into play, but the one so far that I can think of is to move it, stake it, burn it, it's gone for that period of time, and then the entire system, all of testnet, will be like, okay, where'd that go? I don't know. It's burnt. So kind of simulating the effect, but the way you're doing it, the way that you're doing it is through, the incentive token and Hex. So that will affect the liquidity pair. But yeah, that's just one thought. But yeah, so that's what life will be like. You'll be coming over to your testnet. So maybe the price is like this. I don't know. Maybe they're a bit lower. I don't know. Most likely they're a bit lower, because like I said, there's no way to extract value, because people are unlikely to, well, I don't know, but people, I imagine, are not trying to use the testnet in the exact same way that they would in the real run. So they're not like, from my understanding, I mean, I haven't been, planning on exactly what I'm going to do on testnet in the exact same way, the exact same playbook, because when it comes time for mainnet, who knows what's going to happen, who knows? Maybe people come up with some genius moves, maybe people fuck up, anything that could happen in a live environment. I guess it's like kind of training for anything. Come competition day, come the real main event, you're either going to win or you're going to lose. One of the two. Now, so back to simulation of testnet, then you go back to whatever particular, I don't know, maybe you consume media, maybe you play video games, who knows, maybe, I don't know, whatever. I just found this stuff, so this would be me in real life. I'd be watching this, Why didn't that play? That was weird.
In town.
No, I'm not CEO anymore.
Okay, you're
This is funny.
Brett, or what are you?
No, my dog Floki is the CEO.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay, so then yeah, so you have that, and then you have this. I know you guys probably saw this. This is pretty funny as well. But yeah, like, again, whatever media you choose to watch, whatever you do with your spare time, because I'm pretty sure this could free up some people's spare time even if the APRs aren't as insanely high. Maybe you want to risk some insane yield. You gotta weigh up, the benefit of insane fast yield over long-term price appreciation. I don't know. Maybe you're putting some aside to gamble like a casino. I don't know. Maybe because what I did with going back to the test nets, looking back on the way I absolutely blew all the pulse on previous test nets, it was a disaster. It was fucking shocking. It was like, you have X amount of airdropped for free. It's like your choice. Do you want to chuck it in the pools? Do you want to watch it be frittered away and then try and claw it back? It's gonna be pretty hard if you make one wrong move. It can wreck you and be without injecting more capital. Because I mean, I could be talks like people could be insanely wealthy, like beyond wealthy. They could be like whatever. They could be in a business that has a shit ton of money. I don't know. It could be their own managed fund. Who knows? It could be their own, listed fund. Whatever. So all the requirements for them versus a normal person, a brokey, could be different. In terms of the amount of economic energy that they can play with. So that's what I might do at the moment. That's about it on this stream. I don't think it's worth covering, a lot of breaking Pulsechain news because I'm pretty sure, as we've all seen, if you're following closely enough, whether you're public or not, you probably understand what's going on in terms of you would check a website. You can check a website if there's more updates. You can play around with the functions. Now, it's good to have people go back through because you might not have time or whatever, and you might miss some stuff. But everyone, I'm pretty certain, is quite capable of everything. I could be wrong, but maybe my assumptions are too favorable towards individuals. But yeah, the way I see it, hex code is quite intelligent, and whether or not people choose to be public or not is completely up to them. And that being said, I'll probably just what's happening? I'll just check chat if there's anything here. If not, I'll move across. I want to play around with it. I want to do it in real time, but just like I said, don't want to dogs too hard. But yeah, it would be interesting to see how to simulate extracting value from the system, because it's good at the moment because price goes up and to the right because people aren't extracting value. There's literally no way to extract value. Now, I have to be wrong on all this, whatever. But simply, in real simple terms, currently the system's closed loop to a degree. You've injected value through a test die, which is pegged at $1, which reflects as $1. And to extract value from this system is basically impossible at this point in time. You could simulate it by creating LP pools. However, as we've seen, not LP pools are rewarded. So the question is, why would people create certain LP pools? Again, it is a testnet, so you could create your own token for lols. and then to actually extract value is quite difficult because you can't actually. There's no way to sell your test DAI on any exchange anywhere. Nor is there a way to simulate what the the test DAI once bridged over into the Ethereum chain would look like, and then once there's pools set up within on the Ethereum chain itself. Yes, you can bridge out. You can like bridge out from test DAI to Pulse DAI. Hang on, you can in theory bridge out. I'd have to double check, but yeah, there's no exchange that's been forked on to the testnet on the Ethereum side. That is Cephalina. I can't even think of the name off the top of my head. Something like that. But yeah. Oh, this is funny. What do we got? We got Twitter. We got Twitter. We got the Shapella, they changed it from Shanghai for whatever reason. The Shapella upgrade is finally here. Staked ETH withdrawals will soon be enabled. Ooh. So what's going to happen once you can extract value from the system? We shall see as it connects to liquidity pools. It was something that I would call reasonably complex. It might not, crypto might not be as complex as legacy finance, because there's probably a lot more going on in legacy finance, like even though we like to think there's not, but I would say there's probably a lot more just because of the sheer number of different countries, etc. Now, I mean, yeah, crypto can be pretty complex in terms of understanding it, but once you understand what it's actually doing, there's not really as much going on that I'm aware of. Again, people will correct me, which is fine. This is funny as Elon versus the BBC reporter. Doof. Oh my god. Yeah, so this will be our lives, people, if you don't have anything else to do. What? Wrestling style. So yeah, I mean, you'll be like chilling, and then you'll be like maybe looking at the CEO of Twitter, and then you'll be like on PulseX once it's mainnet, and watching some insane yield farming if you choose to take part in it. It looks like the APR currently on the incentive token of Pulse is increasing for whatever reason. Oh my god, can you imagine if these prices are the same? That'll be hilarious. But like I said, this system doesn't have exchanges on Ethereum side or testnet Ethereum side, and it doesn't have the ability to extract value out of it. This is why we're seeing what it's doing. One thing you could do, which would probably most likely push the price of Hex through the roof, because the LP pool is created on Pulse Exchange. It's a function of the market force. So if you're buying and selling, it will affect the price through the liquidity pools. And you'll see, like I said, if you stake a lot of Hex, and yeah, okay, price will go up, whatever. But if you stake a lot of Hex and then people aren't selling it, because in the real world there'll be an ability to sell that Hex if they had any liquid, and then extract value from that, pushing the price down, counter offsetting the staking and buying function of what you did. Again, to every action is equal and opposite reaction. But that's the best thing I can think of, guys. That is the best thing I can think of. If you take it, you stake it, burn it, and then you watch what the price does, disregard the price, but have a look what it might do to the rest of the system, because I have a feeling that if you did that, it would actually you'd start to see some prices of everything else sort of deflate a little bit, because yeah, it's like a blow off valve, the car, releases the pressure of the system. I guess that's what you could call the fiat on and off ramps, or you could call the exchanges or the bridges into Ethereum mainnet, in my point of view. Now, what else? Yeah, but that'll be life. That's honestly, that's what life's gonna be like. It's gonna be insane. You just like leave it, come back and check. Like, oh yeah, some yield if I want to get it. Pretty sure that's the price on testnet. Quite possibly, I'm not sure. Like $5.55, low. But imagine if that actually happened in real life in mainnet. And the price of what would the price of Hex do normally? Like, would you really be on Ethereum with fees that's so expensive, wanting to even move stuff around, or just leaving it there? I'll be more inclined. Yeah, you take some profits, whatever. I'll be more inclined to be chasing T shares and locking it away, and then seeing what and letting it rip on Pulsechain. Honestly, things could get crazy. I don't know, but they could. I mean, you could just disregard it and say they might just hit parity. You can see the argument for draining of liquidity, draining of all Hex from, on the Ethereum chain over the Pulse chain. But if you're getting a copy, maybe doing that, or maybe it'd make more sense to create liquidity pairs on either chain, bridge them across both ways, because then if people were to want to send their Hex on Ethereum or Hex on Pulse chain to the other bridge, and they're met with LP pools on both sides, maybe, just maybe, that would be an okay play. And then if people want to sell, they'll be selling into the pools, and the pools will be doing what? Absorbing this sell pressure, buy pressure, whatever. But yeah, again, everyone, can make their own decision. You're either going to be supporting Hex or not. Or you're going to be supporting Pulse Chain or you're not. Are you going to be supporting Pulse X or you're not? Everything else, maybe the derivatives, derivatives are cool. But maybe the meme tokens, not sure. But, the Hedrons, the Akosas, derivatives, the, I always forget the other ones, the Maxis, and they're sweet, I guess you could call them. Why not? Why wouldn't you have pools on both sides for them? I don't know. Unless you plan on just completely dumping. But yeah, why would you? Why? Unless you support the token, Everything else, I hate to say it, is I'm not touching. If it's not in the rich, oh my god, have you guys seen this? What is this? This is not normal, man. This is not normal, people. Like I said, people, this is like a bit more normal. Okay, yeah, you could say, well, she's really fit and whatever, but I'm not talking about that. I'm saying versing a man who is trying to be a woman. That is not normal. You can say the opposite argument. You go, oh, people will be like, oh, that guy's too skinny or something. I don't know, man. But while we're worried about this sort of stuff, which you probably shouldn't be, it's just probably bad for your health. Pulse Chain with the Pulse X will be doing what with its farming. Hex will be doing what on its, new race track that's been designed specifically for it. So, competitors are gonna come over there and was it like Floyd Mayweather only really fights at his, well, I can't even know he still fights, but he only used to fight at his home ground, be the champ on the home ground. So you're gonna come to Hexaco to play on it versus Hex, and you really want to be going up against Hex. So all the haters in the crypto space, maybe they're not haters so much anymore. Maybe they sort of realize, it's been a few years now, it's not really going anywhere. Founder's not going anywhere. A lot of the Hex skins aren't going anywhere. Maybe they're going underground. Maybe they choose to stay in the open. Who knows? Maybe we get a new group of leaders. Who knows? But do you really think that, you know, Hex is going to underperform on Pulsechain relative to everything else over there? Especially when people who didn't like Hex for whatever reason on Ethereum, you know, decide that, you know, they see some performance. Maybe they use the new Staker app, you know, and they go, "What's this? Why is this yielding so hard? Why does everything else suck compared to this?" Maybe they decide to just take a little bit of their, you know, capital, inject it into a system that's going to most likely be absolutely booming. Yeah, like I said, there'll be some people I can imagine trying to extract value, but are they really going to be supporting Hex? To extract value, they're most likely going to have to enter into the system, pushing the price up. Once they exit, yes, it pushes the price back down. But if they want to get into the system into the first place, they're going to have to push it back up. And rinse and repeat, and rinse and repeat, and rinse and repeat. That's the way I see it anyway. And with the price of T-shares doing what they do, it's almost like an infinite feedback loop, which is positive. Now, what do we got? Thank you for tuning in as well. It's just you know, what life's going to be like once mainnet goes live. For me, this is what it'll be like, you know, because, you know, I choose to consume certain content. I mean, I could have made a stream where I just purely play video games all day, or like, I don't know, watch porn or some shit. Maybe not. Just like, just break YouTube's algo. You know, but then you'll be doing like, and this is like the view from someone if they were watching my computer, what they would see, you know. So I would have, you know, my Pulse exchange open in the background, assuming it was mainnet. Maybe I decided to take some profits, looking at the juicy yield if I decide to engage with that. Consuming some media of my choice, you know, and checking my Twitter. I'm just like, what is this? Suncorp introduces anyway. So before I go into that, I was saying, if you missed what I said before, if you're watching, basically what you could do to simulate a extraction of value within the testnet, whether or not you even want to, I don't know what games people are playing, and like good or bad. So I have a theory whereby there's no way to extract value currently on testnet into Ethereum testnet. There's also no exchanges to simulate like liquidity providing and all of that on the Ethereum testnet side. So what you could do, I know this sounds a bit biased coming from a Hexkin, but what you could do to simulate the extraction of value in a way would be to take, you know, any profit, maybe you're earning insane yield from incentive token. You could get crazy with it, and you could be like, all right, I'm just going to sell everything and all my Pulse X, and dump it into Hex and see what the price does. And then I'm going to stake all the Hex and lock it away. That would, you know, it would kind of simulate what would happen if you were extracting value. So, you know, imagine someone who has $1,000 worth of Pulse at current value on this particular testnet. And, you know, it's hard to gauge what it might be like on mainnet because there's no way to extract value in the testnet. So what you could do, you could, you know, sell your Pulse as if you would, but sell it to Hex, stake it, it's locked away. Economic value is gone while it's burnt. It's burnt, literally burnt. So what you would see then would be the leftover remnants. And if I'm just saying, I have a theory, if everyone did that, you would see most likely the price of, say, whatever token you're trying to extract, say it's Pulsechain, most likely you would see the price decrease. But then with that example, you would see a decrease in supply of Pulsechain on the Pulsechain testnet, so that would have its own effect. So yeah, most likely what would work, in my opinion, would be is if you were to do it with something like DAI, something like incentive token, swap it over to Hex, stake it, lock it away, it's burnt, gone. Then you would see maybe an effect on the overall system whereby the prices might not be insanely inflating, you know, because when you're locking it away, I have a theory that would actually simulate just in an isolated incident, in an isolated what am I looking for? for that data set that you're looking at, which would be the price of the entire system, although the price of Hex would be increasing, most likely the prices of, say, the incentive token would be decreasing, because you would be locking it away and simulating that extraction of value. Because as I keep saying, there's no way to extract value with testnet currently at the moment. That's the closest thing I can think of. Unless burner addresses actually work. But then again, if you're burning the address or burning the actual token on a particular token, you're decreasing supply side. So that would have its own effect. And again, without LP pools, on the testnet Ethereum side, it's really hard to see what actually will take place. Because I would love to see creating LP pools between whatever it might be. Imagine Hex and Hex and Hex and Hex LP providing on Pulsechain, and also Ethereum chain, and people moving in and out across them. That could be kind of interesting to see, you know. What else? And yeah, so just some thoughts I had. Then you would see, I just clicked refresh on my live stream. I just want to see what it does, because my computer's been doing some weird stuff lately. Yeah. What's happening, chat? So yeah, sorry man, I did not see this chat because I have to, like I said, my computer's been doing some strange stuff lately. Good to see you catching up, watching on Leverage. Oh nice, cool. Yeah. Oh my god, I didn't even think of that, man. Like, you could play around with the other systems that have been rolled out. Whether or not you want to play in those realms. But again, if you're true gambling man, maybe you want to. I don't know. I'm actually not sure if that's available on testnet, because that would maybe be one way to destroy some simulate some extracting of some value. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. What else? But yeah, that's man, as if going back to my Twitter, like, that's pretty useful, but that's kind of scary knowing that someone can just duplicate your remote. Imagine you got like some like Lambo and you just like cruising around with your key and stuff, like you're a rental Lambo, and anyway, no, I won't go there. Oh, dude, I don't know if that's deep fake, but rare photos of Saddam Hussein's weapons of mass destruction. The stuff that comes in my feed, man, seriously. Yeah, it's interesting what you've seen Biden lately. I guess he's right. Yeah, I don't know. Politics, man. More politics doesn't seem to be the answer. I haven't played much about with the pools and testnet since V2. Yeah. Man, I think, I don't know if you heard me before, I stuffed up so bad on the other pools. Basically what I did, I wasn't really long-term thinking it. I was just like, oh, you know, where is it? Oh, the yield's insane. So I was like trying to chase the yield on the, you know, on the farms, and well, like when you get the incentive token, and then you basically get rewarded. It's like, oh, that's pretty cool. You earn XYZ. But then I found with the test nets, because there's no way to extract value, the price just kept moving against you, so it kept going up. And then when you go to buy back in, it's like, okay, so I got all this incentive token, but the incentive token amount that I earned wasn't going to offset the losses that I took, the impermanent losses through the not just the removing the liquidity depending on how the pool was moved, but net value I was down. So basically everything I mucked around with and all the gains that I had, because I didn't have a plan, you know, to put it into something like Hex, like to stake it or try and build a side bag of like whatever you're trying to build. I just left it, came back, kept harvesting, and I look back and go, oh, if I just had have done nothing and held my Pulse and Pulse X, and whatever else, if I just had held that, it would have been worth a lot more. So everyone, like, so I was madly like clicking the buttons, thinking I'm winning, when I could have just been like, just, I don't know, watching Netflix or something, you know, and chilling, or like just watching Twitter and stuff. So I just thought I'll do do a stream, simulate like trying to like simulate like what it could be like, in terms of yeah, literally like in the future it could be like this. You're just chilling, looking at whatever you want to look at on YouTube, Twitter, whatever content. I don't know. Maybe you're out hiking in the woods doing nothing, in the Amazon chilling. What is it called? Detoxing. Maybe you're working 9 to 5. That's pretty cool. Self-sufficient water, food, electricity. I like that. This would be the dream. But within this, I would probably need a bigger house and a lot of electronics. Maybe a garage. Helipad. Shit like that. But yeah, I'm yeah, cool, man. Oh, you didn't miss much, Finbear. I was just like trying to simulate what it would be like, once mainnet. I have a theory. You probably hear it a couple of times. Extracting value. I guess simply put, you can't extract value at the moment. It's hard to. You can't. Like, there's no exchange forked over on the Ethereum testnet, and there's no way to extract value. Actually sell out through the exchanges, etc., etc. There'd also be no way, even if you had the exchanges open, there's no simulation of fiat off ramping. I don't think anyone's going to build that. And yeah, so I was just saying, maybe if you were to stake Hex with, say, the incentive token, then it would lock away some of that value. It would then simulate with something like incentive token what the price would do, because you're extracting value from it, most likely dumping it, most likely seeing the price go down on that one. You'd see Hex like moon hard, but that's not what you'd be trying to achieve. You're trying to be simulating like what people may do, like how you would, I guess, exit the system. And then I'm just fascinated to see once, if anyone does manage to fork on a testnet, like Uniswap or something, and seeing what the LP pools might be like. Because imagine, even incentive token on an LP on Pulsechain, and then in theory you would be able to have it also on the testnet side as well, which would be in real life mainnet. And then you'd imagine it's like, what would make more sense to be dumping into like Ethereum to then fiat on and off ramp that way, or would you also want to set up your soldiers to be able to battle properly? Do you want to have infinite dumping, I guess, in theory, or do you want to be able to have fortresses in place where you can control the amount of bloodshed that you would see? But yeah. Yeah, this is what life would be like, I reckon. It's like dogs saving dogs. That's amazing. I don't know if I could get a border collie, man. It would need too much walking and stuff. If I had a farm, yeah. That's awesome. The sheepdogs. But yeah, it's an exciting life, isn't it? Really, you just be chilling, farming, deciding what, how realistic you think these figures are. I'm just curious, you could inject a lot of money into the system, pumping the prices up, but then it's like, how do you extract the value? One way I can think of, you'd burn it. You could stake it, or you could just not even bother. You'd be chilling, watching some content, maybe you're streaming. Who knows? Maybe you're watching streams. It's just going to be interesting to see how Hex performs on the racetrack it's designed for. And if other people who maybe didn't like Hex so much in the beginning for whatever reason, how they will actually, how they might treat it, you know, once they realize what it is. But yeah, no, that's about it. Sorry, I got distracted. Just in my own little world. But yeah. It's going to be interesting seeing how the pools will actually play out, because yeah, we can see at the moment, yeah, whatever, like how it's all set up. And like I said, not infinite, but like you can mint as much, die as much as you want, and then you can inject that infinitely into the system in a one way. So that's why we're seeing insane prices on testnet, in my opinion. And without the ability to extract value out, you're not going to see, you know, who's doing what as much. But you're not going to see what a system will actually perform like without the LP pools, etc. And then I mentioned before, like, I'm going to be basically focusing on, well, as it always has been, like Richard Hart related ecosphere. Anything else like derivatives, yeah. What's it called? Derivatives. That's about it. Derivatives. The maxis and that. The hedrons. Maybe the meme coins. I'm not sure. But yeah, other than that, like, I'm not going to be playing with. It's going to be interesting to see the see, even my audio is dropping. That's super strange. Hang on. Refreshing. I can even see the point to playing live streaming games at this point. You'd be like live streaming, and then midway through the live stream, you'd be like, oh, time to harvest my yield. But if you had a stack set aside to do that, you know. And it's a big if, because like, do you want to be risking it? Do you really want to be risking it? And early on, it's going to be insane. People are just going to like, people who have been waiting for so long, and they're going to see what, maybe their money back, maybe a 2x, a quick 2x. They're probably going to take, I reckon they'll take profits. I mean, if they just don't believe in like Pulsechain, PulseX, Hex, and anything that rewards people who burn the Hex, you know, from inception even, I can't see them staying around for long. They want to exit. Later on, people might discover Pulsechain in the ERC20 realm, and they may just like what they see. You know, maybe it's just Pulsechain itself they like. We've seen some influencers, yeah, but I honestly don't think. This is an interesting one. Crime and COVID set up the next bank crisis. What I think I should put my PhD next to my name and let them know that he's got it right. Bank crisis. He missed the crypto crisis though. Gotta put the crypto and the China crisis in there. You got the trifecta, you know. Oh, this is a good one. Oh my god, this is a good one. Not to get too political, but to get political. You guys remember Arnold Schwarzenegger? And he was like, screw your freedoms. I was like, what do you mean, screw my freedoms? I want freedom. Like, what the hell? And then apologizes for screw your freedom comments. I should have communicated better. Yeah, you probably should have, bro. Alright, so I can't tell what's going on my stream. I mean, it says there's 4, right? And then it says there's 0 concurrent. So I'm either... Yeah, I don't know what's going on. The other day it was super trippy. I was watching a live stream. And as I was watching the live stream, somehow, I have no idea what happened. It like started to play a loop, and then went back to the beginning of the stream. And then was showing me. I'm like, hang on, I heard them say this just before. So the whole time I was commenting, thinking I was commenting live, but it was actually commenting on, what's it called? On like old content. I have no idea how that happened. Breaking news. How dare you deposit your money in a fully integrated institution? Holy shit. Oh, no shit. In this day and age, it's you know, risky to deposit your money into a fully regulated institution. Oh, the world has gone absolutely mad. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this Dalai Lama thing, man. See, imagine if he's like, I saw one defense in it, and it basically said, it's like a saying translated, and he's like, then one of the kid did it, and he's like, what the hell? Nah, he's like, you don't do it. Like, it was like a, yeah. Let's see if I find it for you guys. Hang on. Buried in my Twitter. Good old Twitter. I used to hate Twitter, and I tried to kind of encourage to use it to, you know, push back on political talking points which you agree on, you know, because maybe you didn't like, if you didn't use it then you had no voice. You gotta have a voice, you know, gotta have a voice. So this one here, so it says, like many of you, I was shocked in the video of the Dalai Lama asking young boy to suck his tongue. It seemed entirely incongruous with everything I've heard about him. I saw this as an alternative explanation from a young Tibetan woman about what happened. So it was this here. Basically, not sure if it's going to appear on stream. Let's see if... Here we go. So first of all, the reason why many like-minded people are so offended by the phrase is because of the word suck. I understand your point of view, because in English the word itself is associated with lust and is often used in abusive forms. In our Tibetan tradition, when an elderly person in our family, for example a grandfather, hugs his grandchild, he teases him by hugging him really tight so that the grandchild can't escape, and then he would use the word suck my tongue, knowing that the child would get disgusted and do so, and would try to escape from his hold. You know, the opposite. Anyway, the children, this is a very common way of teasing little children in our culture. By no means did His Holiness expect the child to literally suck his tongue. He was expecting him to struggle or run away so that he could hold him and tease him. And to remind you, all of this happened in front of dozens of cameras and thousands of people. If a pedophile was to abuse a young child, would he really do it in front of the world? And that too, laughingly. So I thought that was interesting. So there's my political take on that certain talking point, which is going around. What else we got? Interesting. We'll see what Louder with Crowder says, eh?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. The thing about enlightenment,
What?
the Dalai Lama said, is that it's in his ass.
Well, it was just the tip.
CNN panelist defended the spiritual leader.
Dalai Lama is a very
he has.
playful human being, and
I'm about to end this stream. I might just leave it running like 24/7, you know. Nah, that's messed up, man. That's messed up. I might actually just let it run. I'll let it run. I'm gonna let this stream just insanely run, but just like nothing. If I get bored, I'll jump back over, see what happens. What's happening, chat? I'm not sure, chat, if someone's just joined or if there's 4 concurrent viewers, because my analytics are going nuts. Like I said, I got like gremlins in my system at the moment. In this system. Why is it stuck on? I just realized it's just stuck on this here. Elon Musk is the CEO of Twitter, man. You're right here. He's got a black turtleneck and a husky voice. What more do you need? Breaking news, right? That's so interesting. Yeah, see, if you are, you know, when mainnet drops, you might decide to go to the beach instead of you know watching streams or creating streams. You know, you'll be free to do with your time whatever you see fit. You'll be like the genie in Aladdin. You're like, I'm free. The hell? Why are you helping me? Why did you help me? What the hell? I am forever in your greatness. I am forever grateful. You know, that sort of stuff. Is that real? Alright, if you're in the chat, if anyone's in the chat and watching, actually, is this real? A baby camel? I've never seen a baby camel before. What? Oh, here we go. I was told today that I am now influential enough to pump a cryptocurrency with a single tweet. This got me thinking, can I really control what people spend their money on? I'm hoping so. Take your family out for dinner today. Post photos here. Best investment advice ever. Aww. Well, I got takeout, man. It's kind of the same. What was it? Oh, thank you. You're here. Thank you. You're here. Yeah, so it must just be one, I reckon. That's what I'm saying, man. What the hell? Is that real? Am I being like deep faked with baby camels? Okay, I need to. Man, you know what concerns me? The bloody... Hang on. I reckon its legs are folded. I really reckon its legs are folded. Because... He's like held over, look at that. Ah, baby camels. Yeah, they got long ass legs though, look at that. I guess if it's sitting at a certain angle though. Maybe you get insanely wealthier through like Pulsechain and Pulsex and Hex, and you decide to buy a baby camel. I don't know. How do you spell thyroid? Back to the jungle. That sounds good, man. I saw a hexagon that was saying like, they went to the Amazon. That shit looks really fun, you know, just like going chilling out in the jungle, the Amazon, and then you can get into the crazy conspiracy. And there's like how there was a certain soil that was created. Man, it was fascinating, like how it was created. People went out through the jungle, Amazon back in the day, and they went back and there was no one there, and they said they saw cities, and they said, oh, you know, it's because people apparently were there, and you know, some smallpox or something wiped them out. Maybe work out a crypto-based conversion project in Borneo. What is Borneo? I'll have to look that up, sorry. Did I just get burnt? Borneo. The stream is mega boring. Borneo. Oh, that shit looks pretty chill. Images. Oh, is that the place? Hang on, I'll just send this. Is that here? I mean, I'm guessing it is, but let's chuck that in here instead of. It's an island, yeah. Nice. Dude, jealous. The monkey looks funny as. Dude, that water. Oh, can you imagine living on this island, like paradise, tropical paradise? What's the weather like though? Like, there's no like cyclone season and shit, because that would be pretty freaky. Oh yeah. Monkeys. Hang on. I reckon they would have super clean water, air, food, everything. You know what's funny? If you ever want to look at something, right, for some reason, the CIA has a fact book, and it's a website, and they just have a shit ton of information on everything. I have no idea why. You know, couldn't imagine why. Malaysia. Oh, it's an island. Oh, it's part of Malaysia. Okay. But yeah, look, it breaks it down. Like, if you get super bored, I'm not even sure. Is this showing? Hang on. Yeah, it should be. It's like background, location, coordinates, area. It's even got coastline. It would have surprised me if ChatGPT could like pull from this, you know. Like, it even has like the ratio, maternity, mortality, life expectancy, fertility. It's some pretty interesting stuff. Like, for some reason it has that. Major infectious diseases, obesity, alcohol, tobacco, literacy, environment. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's actually got industrial. Oh, that would suck. Like, some nice, really nice environment being wrecked by like rare earth minerals. Like, literally in Malaysia there's a factory apparently, and probably some other shit going on that's like, you know, profitable but not so good for the environment, which kind of sucks. Tropical land use. Nice, man. I'm actually planning on going to well, I'm not sure yet. Considering Japan, I was meant to go before COVID. But then that literally wrecked my plans. Like, I would have been over there in the midst of the uncertainty. So now I've got to decide to go or not to go. Tis the question. I'm just worried that I go and like Pulsechain mainnet drops. I'm like, no, fucking Pulsechain mainnet. I need to get to a computer quick. Yeah, but it's got like public debt, you know, all this. Anyway, back to. Man, that looks interesting. I reckon they'll have some quiet news over there, man. Oh yeah, 2013 relate hunts Filipino intruders. Sounds like ancient tribal shit. But no, it looks serious. It looks really nice though. I wonder if they've got like resorts and shit over there. Luxury resort. A drop bear. When you're driving, you gotta be careful because they'll drop in front of you. That's why they call them drop bears. And koala bears, man. A chlamydia koala, also you could call it. What else? Oh yeah. What invasion? What, the actual 2013? Shit. Or the drop bear invasion. So, if you're going to go to here, would you recommend like I'm guessing a resort, or is there like places that aren't as expensive that like would be more like cheaper and stuff, or like more like ethical? Okay, so you probably couldn't go to like the jungle because you might actually get like captured and had your head shrunken and shit. Maybe. I shouldn't say that. Could be like offending the Malaysians like pretty hard right now. Now, man, this place looks pretty good. What weather? Would it be better in the winter or summer? I'm guessing the summer. We got mounts. Maybe I'll put like Mount Kinabalu. Nice. Man, that would be some of the freshest air up there, I could imagine. Oh, that looks so nice. It's like, if you're just tuning in, this is the Hexagon Travel Advisory sector, and we're considering, you know, a meetup on peaks of Mount Kinabalu. I'm kidding. Pretty consistent weather. Dry season. Okay, yeah. So wet season would just be constant, like tropical rain, which would put a dampen on if you want to travel into the jungle, I'm guessing. Looks like some alien planet, man. That looks awesome. Look at this. See, the thing is, I don't know if I would want to live, not like on the mountain peak or anything, like Ark style, that video game Ark, but like that. I mean, it sounds really cool, but I would probably go insane. I'll do my tech, you know. Yeah, look at this. There's like packages and shit. Oh, they got hot springs. Look like tour buses. Oh, I'm guessing the exchange rate's probably pretty favorable. What would that be? Like, oh my god, it'd be like USD to AUD to like Malaysian. What's the Malaysian currency? The ringgit, Malaysian ringgit. So I wonder if it's charged in ringgits. I don't know if I'll go climbing though. I'll probably want to chill in a resort. But out of curiosity, what's ringgit? Yeah, pretty. Yeah, it does. Like, would you say it's safe? Like in terms of like, I don't know. Like you're not gonna like. I know it sounds stupid, but you're not gonna like captured or anything on the way over there in the airport and things like that. I mean, it's a possibly like because yeah, I don't know the geopolitical issues. Some areas, you know, might not be as safe. Dude, I wonder if that's the actual price in ringgit RM, because like that exchange rate is extremely favorable. Like if that's correct. Oh my god, that's cheap. Oh, nice. It's good to know, you know, like you can go to a countryside, tropical paradise with also mountains. You can go climbing in a tropical jungle, and then you can go to a resort with like amazing where is it? It looked like, what would you call them? Not huts. The buildings that float on the water, and there's like no this one here. Oh, snorkeling, look at that, that looks awesome. Oh, dude. Oh, the sea turtles. I saw this video the other day, a sea turtle attacking a diver, it was hilarious. Underwater, with his big mouth. Dude. I'm about to pack up and leave. Especially, oh my god. Imagine that, Hexicans, like you could, like with your US dollar derived from real DeFi, minted into existence, you could live in a like a paradise for X amount of days a year and come back and check how everything's going. Maybe mainnet's gone live, you know. Oh, dude. I was wondering about the food. I'm sure you could get whatever you want though. Is that an iguana? It's not an alligator. Saltwater crocodiles and shit. Taking a chomp out my butt. Look at the sky as well. Like in that weather, there's just like no cloud. Oh, there you go. Now, as long as they have shotgun ranges over there, I would then be happy. I know this sounds stupid, but would they seriously have like gun ranges there? I'm curious. Well, I guess they might not, because it doesn't look really like it's like an island as opposed to a city. That would suck. You like piss off some salties. They actually do, but it's like out in Malaysia. Okay. So you'd have to fly to like, I don't know if Malaysia's as stable. Oh no, hang on. Hang on. Man, Gremlins, I'm telling you. Like, connects, disconnects. Hang on, am I looking at Malaysia or what am I looking at here? Borneo. How is Borneo in here though? Because I thought Borneo was the islands. Borneo, Malaysia. Brain's not working. Yeah, okay, that makes more sense. Because I was like looking at the map, like, hang on, like Borneo's like in here, but then yeah, nah, okay. Oh, nice. I mean, it wouldn't be a deal breaker by any means, but just out of curiosity, you know, like if I was to stay there for an extended period of time, one might get bored of, you know, well, it'd be pretty hard to get bored of like tropical paradise. Okay. Oh, look, it's like really close to Vietnam and stuff. Cambodia, Myanmar, Laos, Thailand, Hanoi. Ooh, Taiwan, China. Scary China. Philippines. Papua New Guinea. Okay. Nice to do a tour. Okay, sidetrack. Back to the actual, probably what I would more realistically do. I'm guessing it's like cheap as well. Like in terms, well, cheap-ish in terms of flying around. I never really thought about doing that. Like you could even go to maybe Papua New Guinea and stuff. Do like a little flight, you know, start island hopping, going to like the tropical resorts. What's happening, Tintop? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, no, all good, all good. Thank you for tuning in. Now I'm gonna be you have to give me some more ideas for places to travel. Paradises. Hey, Finbay, you still here? Cheers. Yeah, this looks like pretty good. Like, maybe I should do like a, you know, drive around Australia for a bit, and then jump on a plane, go to some like tropical paradises which I have no idea existed, like Borneo, for example. Check out some of Asia, maybe Vietnam, maybe Thailand, maybe the Philippines, you know, maybe Taiwan, China. I'm not sure they'll let me in, or not sure they'll let me out. Maybe give North Korea a miss, eh? Probably go South Korea, Japan. Oh, Sapporo. This is where the resort was. Here, Hideko. That was gonna be pretty fun. We didn't end up going though. Goddamn COVID. I'll go where government is good. Yeah, I mean that too. Like, because you don't want to go somewhere and like it's like unsafe for you, or there's political unrest, or things like that, or the government is not so friendly. Then that would, you know, factor into the risk. Oh, nice. And what's yeah, it's like I always get confused with time zones, man. It's crazy. Mexicans worldwide and all. Yeah, I can just imagine in the future, you know, you have you just be, I guess, what, planning world trips or whatever, and then you go over, check out maybe you're farming, or maybe just you're minting some hex or whatever, minting some hedron or minting some derivatives, you know. Maybe you're playing around with the casino, which will be Pulsechain on Pulsechain. Stuff like that, you know. Ah, true. Alright, so I'll make a mental note of that. You're about what? For some reason I've got Japan, it's 12:03. Texas is 10. For some reason, just like random spots in the world. 10 a.m. 10:03, and then Finland it's 6 p.m. French, where's that? French Guinea. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. Oh my god, man. I hope they don't ban VPNs. Like seriously, they're like security talk when they're talking about banning them. That's just insane. But yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Shuttle private transfers. And if that's like the price in the exchange rate of, let's say, to Australia or USD, then that's extremely cheap. Because I had like a, what's it called? You go live in like, you know, Thailand or Cambodia or some shit, and everything's cheapish, and the money that you earn in whatever currency you're in, assuming you're from like, you know, has a stronger currency, then it becomes very affordable to do so. That sounds fun. Oh my god. Shower and toilet. Okay. Well, it's good to know they have running water. That just looks like tropical paradise, though. I wonder how much it would take to live there forever, you know? In terms of, like, money. What happened to my Twitter? What's going on Twitter? So yeah, this is just the simulation of how life will drastically change once mainnet goes live. Can you imagine? He's like, it might be exactly the same as it is now. Oh, what's this? Hey, look at this, there's commas. Woo! And look, breaking news, eh? Wait, commas. Really? Commas? Hang on. Let's just have a look. Oh my god, I can't even find it. Not sure if you, hang on, is it that showing? Yeah, showing on the, give it a retweet, why not? I've noticed if you select, when it asks you for the images, if you go super slow, it's almost like things you can't possibly be a computer and just lets you through. If you go really fast, it just keeps asking and asking you. It's frustrating as hell. Alright, what do we got? I'm just doing this off screen because there's some clever cookies out there I could probably calculate from. Commas? Let's have a look. Oh, it's got commas, look at that. Nice. I wonder how hard that would have been, because I used to work with some systems, man, and they had some big ass numbers. They never had commas. I don't know why. It was super annoying. That's pretty cool. Just while we're just chilling, commas get updated. It'll be crazy, man. Like one day we can be chilling, like looking at this sort of stuff, and then it'll just be like, mainnet. Like, what the fuck? What do we do? People gonna run around like chickens with their heads cut off. Burned. I don't mind this guy though. Back to politics a bit. Robert Kennedy Jr. Warren Buffett says Bitcoin is a gambling token and doesn't have any intrinsic value. Be like, all right, bro, you've been saying this for a minute now, and it keeps doing some pretty interesting stuff. I can't wait till one day Warren Buffett's like, you know, ripping on Hex. Because then at that point, you know you're over the target if Warren Buffett's attacking you. It's like, why is this person attacking you? What the hell? Crazy doggies. What else is going on in the feed? I should change the name of the stream to breaking news. Pulsechain testnet has commerce. Dun dun dun. Cream finance. Oh my god. Have you seen the shit show that is crypto? Outside of Hex, outside of Richard Ecosphere. This account I've been following for like since 2017, and like it just keeps getting better and better. The stuff that we see. Oh my god. Oh look, commas. What? Do you reckon that's real? Do you want 413 nuggets? Paralyzed. Bro, that's not healthy. Alright, so this was the state of not my state, but Australia still. It's pretty frustrating stuff. What the hell? Well, yeah, so this will be live. This will be live, fellas. When you know, what else pretty trippy? Dude. Doing your thing. Maybe you're in Ukraine, I don't know. Maybe you're in Borneo. Just chilling. Watching time fly. That's pretty cool commas though, just like that. People have been asking for that for the longest time. I didn't really bother me, to be honest. That would have taken some doing. God damn. I'm not sure if Uniswap even has that. Or any exchanges. I have no idea. Could be a world first. I don't really want to connect this burner wallet to anything else either. Fear of paranoia, to be honest. Now, back to my actual screens, which were Twitter and the chill. This is the vibe of this stream right here. It's chill level. Doing that in Borneo sounds good. Japan sounds not too. Japan's more expensive though, I reckon. Now, Borneo, here we go. Imagine that, like a travel series of Hexkins. Like traveling to, like say once Pulsechain releases. No, I don't know. You might make yourself a target though if you're streaming like that. I guess if you do it and release it after you've been to that location, then maybe that might be okay. But yeah, like you cruise around, seeing different tropical paradises. You know, oh, it'd be a bit hard. Hexagons on every continent of the planet might be a bit of a challenge with some areas, you know. I feel like playing that oh, what's that music? Hang on, I'll find it. Oh, hang on. Hexfire streaming. Maybe I'll probably end the stream here and go watch Hexfire because he has some very good content. Alright, peace all. Go raid Hexfire. Do it. Oh my god, I can't even find the end stream. Panic. Alright, cheers all.